NBA 2K26 is here, and we're starting off the year with an absolute banger. He was my favorite build from last year, and now the cover athlete. We got 2009 MELO, a matchup nightmare with all the tools you'd want from a shot creator in the mid post. He's too strong for the guards, too crafty for the bigs, and he can score from anywhere on the court, whether you want to punish the rim or show off what you got in that bag. Don't worry, I'll show you all my favorite moves, and we're going to cover everything you need to know if you want to create the best version of Carmelo Anthony. But before we get started, let's take a trip down memory lane and talk about one of the most underrated seasons of Melo's career on the 2009 Denver Nuggets. Bro, they had AI and Melo. Someone tell me, who's stopping the
Allen Iverson-less Nuggets, which is kind of where we start. Not every day an MVP gets traded for a finals MVP 1 week into the season, but on Monday, that's what happened. AI traded back to the East to the Pistons. In return, Nuggets get 2004 finals MVP Chauncey Billups and Antonio McDyess, a major shakeup to start the season.
Well, I guess you can scratch that, because the Nuggets needed to shake things up this year. As much as we loved watching these two killers in the same jersey, they could just never get past the first round. So after only 3 games into the 08-09 season, they realized that running it back wasn't the answer, and instead, they needed to take a big shot. Chauncey Billups was the mature vet that this team desperately needed. The Nuggets were young and fun before this move, but couldn't be taken too seriously due to their lack of discipline. Bringing in a champion point guard is exactly the right move, but he can't be their only role model. The Denver Nuggets are only going to go as far as their most talented player will take them, and up to this point, it was a first-round exit every single year since the 2003 draft. Well, thankfully for their fans, Melo realized it was time to lock in. After a summer with the Redeem Team, the gold medalist came into the season inspired by the work ethic of his peers. He decided it was time for a change, that he was done playing around, and symbolized this by shaving his signature braids. A fresh look, new team, and another opportunity in the bloody Western Conference, where in the previous year, they finished 8th. But in the 2008-09 season, the Nuggets had a top 10 offense and defense, and that two-way balance made them a tough matchup for anyone. They improved to second in the West with a record of 54-28 behind the first place Lakers, who went 65-17. In the playoffs, they finally made it to the second round for the first time in 15 years. They spanked CP3 and the Hornets 4-1, then rode this momentum into their next matchup against the Mavs. The highlight from this one is definitely Game 3, where the Nuggets were up 2-0 in the series, and Melo just rips the heart out of Dallas with this cold-blooded 3 to take the lead, and it's a gentleman's sweep. Now it's on to face the Lakers, who swept them last year, and we're about to get treated to pure cinema. These two superstars right here wasted no time. Game 1, Melo goes for 39 on 70% from the field, but they dropped the win because Kobe had 40 of his own with 18 in the fourth, and I remember this incredible steal by Trevor Ariza like it was yesterday. Going into Game 2, Melo decides someone has to stop Kobe and says this.
We got swept with that last year. We're not putting King on Kobe. I'll guard him. You know what I mean? I'll guard Kobe.
They battle it out once again, this time Kobe with 32 and Melo with 34, and he would make some big plays at the end to secure the win. Game 3, Kobe goes absolutely nuts, scores 41, and Melo would have some quiet performances from this point forward. The Nuggets do blow out the Lakers in Game 4, but in Game 5, Melo's 31 points wouldn't be enough to take out LA because Kobe switched to facilitator mode with 8 assists, and then he closes out the series in Game 6 with a masterpiece 35-10. That team was just in championship form already, and although Denver took a big leap this year, the Lakers were about to win back-to-back titles and prove to be the better team. But this version of Melo is the one I truly wanted to make. He still had that burst and could attack the rim relentlessly, just as he was entering his prime where he mastered his craft in the mid-post, combined with that renewed focus that brought a little more effort on defense. Now that we got the inspiration, let's cut to the build. Alright, I'm going to try something different in this one and just give you guys a full build off rip, because I know y'all are skipping it right here. But listen, if you're not going to watch the entire video, at least catch the part where I talk about the Capbreakers, because that is very important. Just like last year, I will be considering room in all my builds for Capbreakers, and 2K made it much easier this year for us to get a lot of them. But this build is still good even if you're on day 1, and I do have a ridiculous amount of clips, so let's dive right in. Now the first thing you'll notice is I went 6'7". I really wanted to go 6'8", but I just couldn't squeeze out all the attributes I wanted at that height, and you'll see later why 6'7" is a better long-term option. But obviously the main thing we need to be able to do is make tough shots, and we can check that off because we have a 6'10" wingspan, and we're going for a 93 mid-range with our first 3 Capbreakers. We're going to specialize in shooting, which puts us in a perfect spot to get all legend shooting badges aside from limitless range, and having that on a fairly tall build with long arms allows Melo to do what he does best: get buckets. For the way he plays, Shifty Shooter is key because I'm going for a ton of one dribble pull-ups. Zach LaVine's hop jumper makes a return as probably my favorite animation in the game because there's so many good options in that package. One of the best looks being that dribble pull-up going left. MELO was a master at this, hitting with the jab, face up, quick dribble pull, and these dudes in the rec are not ready for that. I love this clip right here. We catch it in the corner, pump, one dribble pull, and that's MELO. It's just a great animation, and you can even hit these consistently from behind the arc. Here we're down with 6 seconds left. Team desperately needs a 3, but you can count on MELO. Pump off the catch, right to his spot, and come on. That is so tough. Now he also has some good pound dribble step backs as well. Watch, down 5 in the clutch, and this one was fire. We catch the ball at the top, just inside the arc, hit him with a jab, pound, sidestep, 30% green. Hell no. Now when we're on the move, we still have a lot of great animations using Zach LaVine's hop jumper. Here I pull diagonally down left, and this one feels absolutely chicken with rhythm. Just another great animation that helps us get to our spots and is easy to time. Man, if you're a shot creator, you're gonna have a lot of fun. Another animation that I'm bringing back on this build is Clay's pull-up, because 2K somehow didn't give us one for their cover athlete, but at least this one looks close enough. When I already use my dribble and can't do those hops out of the triple threat, I can still get to my spots with an escape move and flow right into these jumpers. We also get an 83 3 ball for Bronze Limitless, which is plenty with how crazy shooting is this year, especially because we have the best shooting badges. Now let me put y'all on game. My favorite animation out of Zach LaVine's hop jumper has to be this one right here. Look at the space he creates. I literally have like 30 clips just frying dudes with this move. So many clutch buckets, game winners in the park, even streak buster wins. If you learn the timing on this one, you become extremely hard to guard. I'm pretty sure this wasn't in his hop jumper last year, and I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to gatekeep this one, but it's too good not to share with y'all. This is a kill almost every single time because it gets the defender on their heels, then all of a sudden you've snapped all the way back to the 3-point line, and it's green before the defender even knows what hit him. I'm gonna be in the lab all year blending pro play animations, so if you wanna see moves like these before I upload on YouTube, throw your boy a follow on Twitter, @LogoRangeYT. Now let's get to the post, where MELO can really shine. 85 post control gets us Hall of Fame post fades, which is a tier 2 badge that we can easily max +1 to legend early in each season. With only one Capbreaker and all the badge perks that we'll cover later, you will have access to Legend Post-Up Poet, and with another Capbreaker, Hall of Fame Post Powerhouse as well, so that we can be the big bully that made MELO so difficult to guard. So as we see every year, someone's going to try and say that strength doesn't matter, but I'm going to argue that it absolutely does, and I got the clips to back it up. Of course we can hit a classic bump fade, but I'm really liking the bump, Kobe post hop, straight back, and with Legend Deadeye, post fades, and Hall of Fame Post Powerhouse, this is nearly impossible to guard. I was struggling on my post hops before that rhythm shooting patch, but they fixed it, and now we're back to cooking. Now y'all know I got the counters. 2 clips here where it's late in the 4th, and they haven't been able to stop us in the post all game, so I can be almost 100% sure that if I pump fake, they're gonna jump and we get a free bucket. These both led to clutch dubs and were very satisfying to pull off, but I will say that the step throughs this year don't feel as consistent as I think they should. You gotta be real precise when timing these. An easier move that you can count on is the post spin, which relies on post up poet, and this allows us to just throw the defenders to the side and get free dunks. Lastly, I wanted to show y'all my favorite post go-to shot, a new feature in NBA 2K26. Although MELO got his own animation, unfortunately, I'm just not a fan of it. It's too unpredictable whether he's going to go for the hook shot or the spin jumper, and I believe that there are better options like the elite post go-to. This move is very nice because retreating backwards out of the post has always been awkward, but now it's a nasty threat. Canceling out of it is smooth as well, so this just opens up a whole new world for me. I'll continue to test out more post go-to animations, but for now, this one is it. Now onto the finishing, where we get to see the younger and more athletic shades of MELO. 80 driving lay for physical finisher, and this will bail us out from time to time. In these clips, I'm actually trying to go for a meter dunk, but get thrown into contact layup animations instead, and MELO can convert these with ease. 88 driving dunk gets us silver posters and gold aerial wizard, but it's a nice spot because we already have that 78 vert, so one Capbreaker gives us more contact dunks as well as Hall of Fame aerial wizard, and then the long-term play is we're eventually going to go for a 93 dunk with 4 more Capbreakers, and one Capbreaker can take us from 78 to 80 vert for gold posterizer. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this build once we get a little further into the year, but trust me, even before we unlock Capbreakers, I do feel like I'm enough of a slashing threat for now, and it's only going to get better from here. 65 pass ac is all you need if you know how to take care of the ball. 85 ball handle gets you a lot of animations, and it's probably going to be the most popular threshold you'll be seeing on a lot of builds all year, so I'm glad we get that. 75 speed with ball is also going to be a very common threshold because we get Zach LaVine's dribble style, which is undoubtedly one of the best value spots for getting great speed boosts. Now onto the defense, where I knew I'd have to make some improvements compared to last year. As I'm sure you've seen, everyone is shooting crazy, and I just think you're going to feel like a liability if you stopped at 74 perimeter D and settled for bronze badges. 82 gets you silver challenger, we get silver immovable enforcer as well thanks to that strength, and we're not far off from silver pick dodger at 83, gold immovable at 84, and silver on-ball menace at 85. This was an area where MELO took a leap in 2009, and I also feel like we could take on the challenge of guarding Kobe in the playoffs if we're really locked in. Y'all know I don't go for steals too much and prefer to just play disciplined, and pluck steals aren't good this year anyways, so I'm completely fine with leaving that stat as low as we can at 52. But the block rating is much more important because at 74, we get bronze paint patroller along with that 60 interior D, and this also helps us when contesting jump shots. We also have bronze chase downs, and having that with a longer wingspan helps us recover down low. We maxed out the offensive rebound and went 85 defensive rebound for silver rebound chaser and gold box out beast, which of course we're going to want on MELO.
Fading. And Anthony clears on the miss. Morris choked, and the rebound grab by Carmelo.
Fall into the trap and fools gold. That means that you've knocked down a couple of...
This is an area that makes the build feel unique and true to the man himself, whose presence is definitely felt while controlling the glass. Out of the builder, we're going to get shades of Glenn Robinson, LeBron James, and MELO. We're a mid-post creating cleaner, and I think we nailed it. Those strengths are spot on, and I love the build name. Now, if you're going to make this build, make sure you pay very close attention to this part because messing up here can really screw you over. With one Capbreaker on post control, you can go from an 85 to an 89. When I was trying to make him at 6'8", even when I dropped the post control to 79, I was only getting +1 per cap. This was a deal breaker for me because I wanted a gold post-up poet at 87, but I didn't want to waste too many cap breakers to hit that. Other values I was getting on the 6'7 version that I was missing at 6'8 is one cap breaker at 84 strength can get you to 86 for gold post powerhouse, and 78 vert can go to 80 for gold posterizer. So if you're using my build as a template, just be careful as you make adjustments, and be sure to check this screen before you lock it in because even the smallest tweaks can throw everything off. It's going to be rocket science this year trying to figure out the best value with these cap breakers, but make sure you stay tuned to the channel because I will do my best to figure it out for y'all with every build I make. Now, by the time I upload this video, there's going to be a lot of people who have 4, 5, even 6 cap breakers because 2K gave us so many different ways to unlock them. I know it can get confusing, but don't worry, I got y'all with an easy plan to follow as you progress throughout the year. The early game version of this build is going to max out shooting, get slightly better at dunking, and we can reach our full form in the post. Next, you're going to want to target that 93 dunk threshold so we can truly resemble the Nuggets version of MELO, and it's going to take an extra 5 cap breakers to hit that. Finally, closer to the end of the year, a lot of you will have 15 to 20 cap breakers, and if it were me, I'm going +1 on block and +3 on perimeter D. Down at the bottom, I put some extra options to consider if you get even more. Onto the badge perks, where I'm going to show what I would do when I'm level 40 each season and have everything unlocked. So this is what you get when it's at its quote-unquote max potential. You can get all these badges after only 5 cap breakers. I bolded all the key ones I would prioritize and highlighted the specialization because you get to keep those on all year once you finish your specialization quest lines. You'll get Legend Shifty Shooter, Set Shot, and Deadeye, Legend Strong Handle, then you still get Legend Post Fades, and then choose between Legend Post Up Poet or Post Powerhouse while keeping the other one Hall of Fame. My favorite part of being a post player is we get so many good tier 2 badges, and having all of these on Legend is going to make it very, very hard to guard me when I'm on my MELO build. Down below, we have some other notable tier 2 badges that you could consider as a max +2 if you want, with some notes on the side for which cap breakers you'd have to prioritize first, but some of them you could get right away like Legend Box Out Beast or Gold Paint Patroller. Before we get out of here, I'll plug all the animations I'm currently using, as well as this jump shot I found on Twitter. Again, make sure y'all follow me there if you want a sneak peek into what I'm currently labbing, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be sure to like the video and drop a comment, because I want to hear your thoughts on the build, how are y'all feeling about 2K26 so far, and what do you want to see from me? I'm super hyped for this year, and personally, I've been having a lot of fun on this game, and I can't wait to grind out some more builds for y'all. Speaking of, I've been seeing all the comments asking for Kobe, but I wanted to take some time to figure out the builder first so I can make sure I get that one right, and man, y'all are gonna love it. I'm so hyped for that upload. I'll get to work on that ASAP, and we'll do something similar to this video because I got a specific season in mind. Try to guess which one down below. In the meantime, I have a couple more builds with gameplay that should be easier and quicker videos to make, so stay tuned. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
there's no one man that can guard me on this planet. And I don't want to sound cocky or arrogant, but that's just my confidence. When I got the ball in my hands with one guy, I feel like, they at my mercy.